Okay. The topic for today is going to be a little obvious to a lot of you probably, but this took me fucking way too long to learn. So, flow state. Like you know what flow state is? You're focused. You're flowing, right? Like most people know the term flow state at this point. Like I'm in the zone. In the zone is another one. Like it's the same thing. I'm in the zone. Like I'm locked in. I'm fucking focused. Like I'm doing my thing. And everybody's felt that at some point, right? Like you're not thinking about anything else. You're just like the thing, right? Like it's like you're not even you while you're doing it. You're just like you are the thing basically. Like I'm trying to like for me, there's a few things that you can get like into that state with. It depends on you, right? For me, I love to sing, so sometimes I'll get in the flow of singing and I'll notice myself like hitting some crazy shit, and I'll be like, "Whoa, that sounded really good," and then I'll try to like continue on that path and be like, "Okay, you can sing, like keep going," and then as soon as you make that switch of like watching yourself do it, you can't do it anymore. So my point is like overthinking and like being in your head is a way bigger deal than you might think it is. Like for a long time, I didn't really understand the term like being in your head or overthinking. Like I just kind of thought that everybody did that. I thought that everybody was constantly thinking about the scenario and like calculating and making judgments and making decisions and stuff like that. Like just constantly thinking. That's what I have. First 18 years of my life at least was just constant that. And occasionally slip into flow state, but then really not even recognize like what that feeling was. Um, and for the longest time, like I said with the singing thing, it would be like, yeah, I pretty much suck at singing, but I love to do it. And then every once in a while, I'll be listening to a song, singing along to it, and it'll just like click for like 10 seconds, and I'll hit some crazy shit and not really realize that's what's going on. But then like towards the end of it, my brain like notices that, whoa, that sounded good. That sounded better than usual. And then I didn't realize that I was entering flow. Like I didn't realize that it was because I forgot that I was doing it. And then I would try to grab onto that. I'd be like, "Oh, you can sing. Like let's do that some more." Like, get a little cocky with it. Like go ahead and hit that run again, and then I hit it again and it's fucking horrible. It's dog shit, terrible, off key, bad. Um and you could think about that with anything that you're doing that you get into flow state with. Like basketball, if you love basketball and you're fucking driving down the fucking, I don't know the terms, but you're like fucking dribbling down the paint and like there's three defenders in front of you and you just fucking bing, 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 bing. Like, you see the path in front of you to get around all of them. And then like the layup, like you just see it all and it just boom, boom, it just happens, right? You're not thinking like, oh, okay, I'm going to juke this guy. What is he thinking? Like, fuck, I got to juke this way because he's going to juke that way. Like, you're not thinking that. You're just like, your brain knows what to do and you just do it. So my point is, if you were like me and you didn't realize that overthinking is like a hindrance in that way, like, and that you're doing it, like, I didn't even know that I was doing it, right? You can make that distinction and realize like, oh, like the solution is to try my best to not care, like not calculate and not observe myself is really what it is. What you're doing, sorry, is you're wanting to look at yourself while you're doing it so that you can be like, you can gas yourself up, basically. You can stroke your ego. Like, this is the case for me anyway. I can't talk for everyone, I guess. But as a former egomaniac, I could say for sure that like every time I would slip into flow state and then realize it was good, my brain would immediately be like, oh, you actually are good at whatever this is. Like, do it again. And then, but I'm trying to watch myself as I do it so that I can feel good about myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to mentally watch myself while I'm doing it. And that takes up capacity in your brain. Like your brain can like you're multitasking basically. You're trying to do this and that. You're trying to do the thing and watch yourself do the thing. If you're watching yourself like sing, if you're listening to yourself and like analyzing yourself as you sing, you're not going to sing well. Like you need to just flow with the music, feel the music and let it flow through you and come out. And like I said, like map that to whatever flow state you have, right? Like maybe you're a coder and you fucking zone in for like 30 minutes and you write some fucking really good code and you didn't even realize where the time went. And then you're like, whoa, this is a bad example actually, because you can look back at your code and be like, well, this is good. But yeah, I'm going to keep this pretty short because I'm running late as fuck today. But the grand point of that, to me, how I understand that now, is that is like the system for the world to punish you for being an egomaniac. Like, in the framing of God, God's like, yeah, you can do that thing. You can kill that thing if you don't care that you're killing it. Like, if it's not like this thing that you're stroking your ego with while you're killing it, you know what I'm saying? Then I will allow you to kill it. But as soon as you start watching yourself and you want to be like, oh, okay, let me watch myself kill it, then God's like, nah, I'm not gonna let you like fake gas yourself up like that, you know? So it's like a protection almost. It's a protection layer of teaching you to stay in the moment. Because also, anytime you're not in the moment, you're not like really living. You're not really happy, because you're either living in the past or you're living in the future, or you're living in I guess this would be living in the future, like alternate like anxiety scenarios that you might have to like prepare for. Like, if you're doing that, you can't be happy, because you're not like I said in the video either yesterday or a couple days ago, I don't remember, but like, you have to be happy in the moment. Like, it will only ever be right now, right? It's hard to understand that until you get it, but it will only ever be right now. The past happened, it's over. And then the future is going to happen, but we don't know. Like, we don't know what's going to happen. And there's no point of being like, oh, what if? And, oh, I want to get that thing. And like, blah, blah, blah. Like, if I get that thing in the future, then I'll be happy and I'll be okay. Like, no, you have to be happy right now. Like, because it's always going to be right now. You're going to get in the future, and maybe you got those things, maybe you didn't, but it's still just going to be right now. So you have to learn to be happy right now. Like, that's the whole point. I forget where I was going with that. Be happy and be in flow all the time. That is the goal, is to just exist, and not think about the fact that you're existing, not think about your problems or like what you're doing. Like, I'm doing this thing, and there's a reason I'm doing this thing. And if you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, then getting in flow and like being in the moment will point that out to you. And you're like, oh, well, I probably shouldn't be doing this thing. And I'm honestly just now clicking that the reason that I wasn't in flow or in the moment the whole time for most of my life, I feel like, is because being in the moment is painful if you're not doing things that you know you should be doing, you know? Because you're saying everything's okay. Everything's okay. But if everything isn't okay, then that's so hard to live with, that I'm just like, okay, I'm going to not worry about anything. I'm just, this is what it is, and it's shitty. You know, this is what it is, and it's like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not making progress. I'm stuck where I'm at. So it's like, why would I do that? Why would I be in the moment when the moment sucks? I'd rather distract myself and dissociate with YouTube or Twitch or fucking video games or whatever. Once you start doing stuff that you know you should be doing, and you like really, you want the result of it, but you're scared of doing it. If you start doing those things, then it becomes easier and easier to live in the moment, because you're being yourself. Like, you're answering to your true self, like what you really think that you want and like that you should be doing. Like, if it's like you're overweight and you want to go to the gym, that was me for the longest time. You know, I was a fat kid, and I had only ever known being fat. And all my life I was like, I hope one day I'll not be fat. Maybe, hopefully, but I'll probably just be that guy that just keeps getting fatter and fatter forever, and then just dies of a fucking heart attack at 40. That's where my brain was at. And for me, as soon as I started fucking tackling that one, it was such a big one for me. I started tackling that, and you know, I tried and failed multiple times before it clicked. I tried and failed, like for different links. And then at some point, it was just like, I don't care about the results of what I'm doing. I don't care about how hard it is. I don't care. Like, I'm just gonna do it. Because I know that if I do it, then, like, if I just get okay with doing it over and over, then I'll get the results that I want. You know, like, if I'm just fine with putting the work in, like, the work is gonna happen, and I'm gonna make my life work around that, then I forget where I was going. But dude, start doing a thing. Like, start doing that thing that you want to do. I say this all the time on these YouTube videos, but it is seriously the most life-changing thing for me. I was fucking a year ago, literally 5 days until a year ago, I was sitting at my desk setup, right? I can go get the notebook where I wrote down the date. And I was sat back in my chair and switching between YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Reddit, back and forth and back and forth. And what happened, like, it had been happening for days, but I hadn't noticed it yet. And this moment I noticed that I clicked a tab, I clicked YouTube maybe, and saw the page load and saw, oh, this is all the same videos I've been seeing for the past 30 minutes. I didn't make that conscious, like, thought, but, like, my brain was just like, oh, yeah, that's all the same shit. Close it. And then go to Reddit. And then, oh, that's all the same shit too. Again, subconscious, not thinking this. That's all the same shit too. Nothing interesting there. My brain's just searching for dopamine, hardcore. And what happened after the Reddit, like, search YouTube, nothing. Search Reddit, nothing. Immediately open YouTube again and the same exact thing. The same page, and I'm like, there's nothing here. And that's when it fucking, like, materialized in my mind. I'm like, what am I doing right now? What the fuck is happening? I realized my posture, I'm just sat back, my head's like, and I'm like, click, 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 click. Like truly zombified, like a fucking creature. Like, and I asked myself, like, at that time, I wasn't brushing my teeth daily. I wasn't showering daily. I was calling out of work all the time, even though I needed the money. I wasn't going to the gym, or I was trying to go to the gym, but I wasn't consistent at all. I wasn't eating right. I wasn't doing anything. I was sitting at my setup all day, every day that I could, and wasting time. Just sitting there wasting time. And when I realized that in that moment, I was like, bro, what is going on? How can I not brush my fucking teeth every day? Like, I know my teeth are getting worse and it's a huge insecurity for me. How am I convincing myself to not take 2 minutes out of the day to brush my fucking teeth? Like, I want to do it. I want to be the guy that brushes my fucking teeth every day. That's such a simple thing, right? It's such a fucking human, normal thing to do. You can't brush your teeth once per day. And just for clarification, since then I've been brushing twice a day. But holy fuck. And when I came to that conclusion, I was like, okay. Like, I realized why. Like, I asked myself that question, like, why can't I do it? And then I realized why I can't do it. And, like, I literally went through the scenario, like, okay, it's nighttime, it's time to brush my teeth. What happens then that causes this? What happens is I think, oh, I got to get up from my setup and brush my teeth before bed. And it's like 11 and I'm going to go to bed at 11:30. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do that. But let me just finish watching this video, or let me find another video to put on while I brush my teeth, and blah, 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 blah. And then enough of that, I'm just stalling. And then I'm like, whatever, fuck it. It's nighttime, I'm tired. Now it's 12:30 because I've been procrastinating brushing my teeth for so long. I would have gone to bed earlier, but I just wanted to procrastinate brushing my teeth. So now I'm late to bed, didn't brush my teeth, and I fucking hate myself. I realized that every time something that I want to be disciplined at, that I want to do repeatedly and just be the guy that does it, every time I'm going to do one of those things, my brain talks myself out of it. My brain's like, oh, well, it just starts making excuses, right? It's like, you had a hard day today. Maybe we don't go to the gym. It's kind of late today. Maybe we don't go to the gym. Maybe we don't need to brush our teeth. Maybe we don't need a shower. You didn't sweat that much. Like, I realized I was the problem. It was all me. And as soon as I made that connection, I was like, I can fix that. I'm like, I can just not allow myself to make those like arguments in my brain. And what I did was I was like, okay, there's like 5 or 6 things that I want to do every day or like consistently or whatever, and I can't do them for some reason. Like I'm always talking myself out of them. So I'm just going to like, I know that I can do them, but I just don't. So I'm going to make a list of non-negotiables. Like on these days, like whatever, consistently, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to do these things. These things are the absolute necessities that will get done. I don't care what the fuck happens. They're getting done. And I made that decision. And honestly, like even that day, I started getting satisfaction. Like I went to bed that night after doing the things of that day. And I was like, you fucking did it. You did it. You did all the things that you wanted to do. And it wasn't bad. It didn't hurt. It was actually good. Like I felt good doing it because you're rewarding, you're telling yourself like, yeah, I'm that guy. I'm the guy that does it. And like, it might sound fucking stupid as fuck to you to be like, I'm that guy that brushes my teeth every day. But for me, like I'm brushing my teeth every day. I'm going to work every day. I'm not calling out. I'm taking a shower and I'm going to the gym and like brushing my teeth again at night. Like there's like 5 things. Those 5 things, I knew that if I could just do these daily, then the shit that I'm worried about the most will start to improve. And I swear to God, that night I felt so satisfied just doing those simple things. It was just like, these are the things that I said I would do, and I did them. And then the next day, I woke up excited to fucking brush my teeth and to knock out those list items and be like, another day I killed it, you know? And then it was just like, okay, how many days in a row can I do that? Like, that's gonna get satisfying. How many days in a row can I check off all these boxes? And that list grew and grew and grew, and I just kept getting more and more focused and more just like, I can do anything as long as I commit to it and just say, you're not going to argue yourself out of this. There's no way of getting out of it. It's just going to happen. So like design your day in the way that makes that the best way possible or whatever. Like have fun with it, right? Like, okay, if I'm going to go to the gym every day, then I probably should blank. I should probably wake up at this time and eat, and then I'll have enough energy to go to the gym before work or blah, 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 you know? Like you just start making it work. You're like, these things are going to happen. So like, what's the best way to fit them in? I forget how I got on that, but that is so like, it's such a big deal for me. Like fucking, if you're sitting there, bro, and you want to do something or you want to be something and you're not, tell yourself, like, I guess more specifically, if you're not doing some simple shit that you know that you should be doing and that you want to be consistent at, write it down. Get a notebook or something and write it down physically and make check boxes and say, okay, day 1, make a little checkbox, brush my teeth, make a little checkbox, whatever, you know, all the things that you want to do through the day. And when you're done doing that thing, you fucking fill in the little checkbox and you're like, okay, that one's done. That one's done. That one's done. I'm done for the day. I'm good. I can do whatever I want now. I'm chilling. And you get to that point and you realize the things that you want to do are not scary. They're not bad. They're not inherently like negative. It's not this thing that you have to like you have to. The thought process for me was always like, okay, yeah, that guy's got it because, you know, as a kid, he was, you know, in football and got early into the gym and like got the results and that propelled him forward. And so he's got a mindset that I don't have. And I don't know what he's doing to do his thing. Like, I forget how I got on that point either, but okay, I'm going to end this now. Be in the moment and fucking do your thing, bro. And if you find it hard to be in the moment, consistently, like you're always in your head, I guarantee you there's some shit that you're holding back from yourself that you know that like, if I was the guy that was doing this shit, I would respect myself. And I would be happy if I was the guy that somehow could do this shit on a regular basis and not have it like affect his mood. I would be happier. Like, those things are in there and they're causing that shit, and they're making you overthink, and they're fucking torturing you, dude. I can't say it enough. There's something that you want to do. There's something that you need to do. Fucking write it down and do it. Start doing it. Just be like, I don't care. I don't care if I'm doing it wrong. I don't care if I'm not being efficient with it. I don't care if I know what I'm doing or if I'm getting results. Like, I'm just going to start doing it. Fuck it. Yeah. Okay. So I got to get into the gym, hit my back day really quick. It's 8 p.m. and then I got to go to the store, and then I got to go home and start my meal prep, the first little like third of it. And then I got meal prep tomorrow. And guess what? I'm not worried about it. I'm not tripping. My schedule's tight. I've been working all day, and I'm happy. I feel great. It's awesome. So yeah, dude, like, don't be afraid of changing, and don't be afraid of taking on a challenge, because the challenge, I swear to God, is what will make you happy. If you just start taking on something, it will make you happy, because you're saying, I can do that shit. I've got what it takes. I can do it. And for me, that was a huge fucking script flip. Like, I always thought I couldn't do it. I always thought I couldn't do a bunch of shit. And you start tackling them and you're like, I can do that shit. And how certain was I that I couldn't do that shit before? And how certain am I now that I can't do other shit that I want to do? And what does that tell me? That means I'm not a fucking good judge of what I can and can't do. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible judge of that. So with that knowledge, I'm just going to start doing shit. I'm just going to start tackling everything that I want to do. Every fucking challenge that I've ever shied away from, as soon as that shit comes back in my head, I'm like, yeah, we're going to do that shit. I'm going to start making the plan to do that shit. Or I'm going to start doing that shit right now, depending on. But like, I'm serious about the plan. I'm like, okay, let's start structuring that into the thing. Like, we're going to start doing that. Like, figure it out. Yeah. See you guys tomorrow.